Hey, what's up everybody? Danny Lightning back with another War Robots video, and today we're going to take a really good look at pilots and how they work. We're going to look at the list of skills. These things aren't really going to give pay-to-play players that much of an advantage. I know a lot of us were worried about that, including myself. Most of these skills are pretty minuscule. There's a couple robots that are capable of getting a really strong skill, but most of these skills are pretty small. Alright, so first off, you get a robot. Not a robot, you get a pilot at like level 1 and you train him up to level 11 and then he needs to be promoted. These things are going to suck up a little bit of gold, but just playing the game will make these things gain experience so you can level them up. Now the thing is, once you get to level 11, you've got to promote your pilot if you want it to go any further, and that's going to cost 500 gold per promotion, I believe, and there's going to be 7 different promotions. Now, I think every promotion is 500 gold. I don't think each promotion gets more expensive, but I could be wrong. But if I'm correct here, it's going to cost you 3,500 gold to promote a pilot all the way to level 61. And there's a full 7 different promotions. Now, it's going to take you forever to level a pilot up this high. Alright, every time you level up, it's going to cost more. So basically, from level 1 to level 10, it's going to be like 65 experience per level. After you hit level 11 and you promote your guy to corporal, it's going to be 110 experience per level. Now, once you get to level 21, I assume it's probably going to be like 250 experience per level. Once you get to the next promotion, so every time you promote it, it's going to cost more experience per level to level up. Or you can spend a bunch of gold to level these up really fast, which I would not do. Now my thing is, each robot can usually there's one skill on the list that's going to be really nice for each robot. So you can spend 1,000 gold plus the cost of the pilot and choose one really awesome skill. Alright, so if my Falcon, I spent 1,000 gold on my Falcon. My Falcon now has 50% more durability, but he can no longer use the weapons on his back or his jump. So he's most of the time, if you're playing Falcon as a brawler, you don't use those anyway because you lose all your damage resistance. So it's totally worth losing those weapons to gain the 50%. Most robots don't have a skill that's this strong. There's only a few robots that have a really strong skill available. Alright, so the second skill I trained, I just picked a random one. I could spend another 1,000 gold and I could go in and pick whatever I wanted. Now when you do train one of these skills, okay, so basically once this guy gets to level 10, this first skill is at maxed ability. Once this guy gets to level 20, the second skill is going to be at max ability. Now the first skill I trained, that gave me at max ability, but if I go into retrain and I try to choose a skill off of the skill list, you're going to see it's going to tell me I get 1% if I choose this skill. But once this guy is at level 20, I believe he's going to hit max amount of the skill. And then when I promote him to level 21, he's going to be able to train another skill. And I believe that skill is going to start off at the lowest amount, but once you get him up to the next promotion, that third skill will be at max. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying there. Now you have skills for robots and weapons. So if I choose on weapons, there's going to be a list of the different skills I can choose for the weapons that I have installed on this robot. But those are all kind of cool. I mean, Avenger has increased shot grouping, so I guess that means that the Avenger won't spray as much at long distance. So this should do a little bit more damage at long distance. You can get up to a 30% smaller spread on the shots. Thunder has increased shotgun grouping, same thing there. Thunder has increased damage. So the weapons have a few choices, but not as many. Robots have a huge list of different choices. Most of these are pretty crappy in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. There's, like I said, a few robots have a really amazing skill on the list. Most of them all have the same skills though. So let's actually take a look at the list of skills. The first one, Falcon deals increased weapon damage. The max you can get on this skill is 2.5%. Alright, I know the one guy put out a video and he said you can choose the same skill over and over and they all stack, but that's not true. You can only choose a skill once, it looks like. Okay, so if the enemy team controls 3 or more beacons, Falcon deals increased weapon damage. 5% is the most you can get out of that. Not too impressive. After capturing a beacon, Falcon deals increased weapon damage for 30 seconds. So you can get a max of 7.5% weapon damage for 30 seconds. Almost all robots are going to have the same skills that are on this list. Alright, Falcon deals increased weapon damage, but its speed is lowered by 7.5%. So you can get 5% weapon damage for a loss of 7.5% speed. Destroying an enemy robot increases your damage for 5 seconds. Well, I mean, what good is that? 5 seconds, I get 5% more damage for 5 seconds if I have the skill maxed out. That's kinda lousy. Falcon has increased durability, so I can get another 10% durability out of my Falcon if I choose to pay this 1,000 gold. I don't know, man. I mean, with his 66% damage reduction, that's almost worth it for 1,000 gold. I mean, that's like adding a bunch of more hit points to the Falcon. Not all robots have this skill. I think this is one that's only available on certain robots. Okay, Falcon repairs a portion of its maximum durability each second. So if you max this out, you can get 0.5% of health back every second. This robot will continually heal itself the entire game. That's available for all robots, I believe. If the enemy team controls 3 or more beacons, Falcon repairs a portion of its maximum durability each second. So you can get up to 1% health back if the enemy team has 3 beacons and your team has less than 3. That only works for certain game modes. After capturing a beacon, Falcon repairs a portion of its maximum durability. So if you capture a beacon, he can get up to 15% of his health back the second he captures the beacon. Bam, there goes 15% of your health. That's kinda cool. After activating its ability, Falcon repairs a portion of its maximum durability. So if you can use your ability on the Falcon, every time you use it, you're going to get 7.5% of your health back if you have the skill maxed. I'm not sure if all robots can get that or not, but okay, if the enemy team controls 3 or more beacons, Falcon gets increased damage resistance. I think all robots have this one. You can get up to 25% damage resistance if the other team has 3 beacons. Some of these, I don't like the fact that some of these only work in certain game modes. After capturing a beacon, Falcon has increased resistance for 30 seconds, so you can get up to 25% damage resistance for 30 seconds. That's only 30 seconds. I mean, that's a pain in the butt if you're in the middle of a battle, because especially on a Falcon that's already super tanky. So you can get up to 10% more speed out of your Falcon. I know there's quite a few robots where you can get an additional 10% speed. Now my Lancelot, he's got 50% speed, which is amazing. My Lancelot isn't slow anymore. He needed that. If the enemy team controls 3 or more beacons, Falcon gets increased speed. So you can get 20% more speed if the enemies have 3 or more beacons. Falcon locks onto its targets up to 33% faster. All active modules on Falcon cost less power cells to activate, so you can save 25%. You can spend 25% less power cells every time you activate ability if you have the skill maxed out. All effects of active modules on Falcon last longer. 25%. All active modules on Falcon recharge faster. So if you use a healing module, it'll recharge up to 25% faster if you max that skill. Upon reaching a certain durability level, instantly recharges the robot's ability. So this is the one that I don't like. Alright, so say I don't know which robots can get this, but like if Ares can get this, he could on the test server. I don't know if he actually can or not, because I don't own an Ares and I can't check the list. But say you just used your ability and then bam, all of a sudden you go back down to 50% health. all of a sudden your ability recharges and you can use it twice in a row. That is nasty. On the test server, man, with like Ares and Hades and AO Jun, you could just, you could use that purple shield twice, and someone would come in as soon as your purple shield ended. Someone would come in, hit you a couple times, pop you down to 50% health, and bam, you could just use it right away a second time, and you would annihilate that person because they weren't expecting you to pop a second shield that fast. So hopefully only some robots can get that. Hopefully they're not going to allow that for Ares and Hades and robots with the purple shields. But that's basically the deal with how these things work. Let's see. Alright, so my Hades, he repairs 0.5% of his health every second. So this is actually really helpful. Not in battle. It's like a turtle. Your health slowly goes back up. But if you take a lot of damage in a battle, if you can get the cover and stay there for a while, you're gonna gain a nice chunk of your health back. So this is a really cool skill. You don't have to use your healing module, but you don't heal very fast at all. It might take you like a full minute to gain like 50% of your health back. So now the second skill I trained, this was just a random one I picked for Hades. If the enemy team controls 3 or more beacons, Hades gets increased damage resistance. Alright, that's cool. As you can see, as this pilot's leveling up, this skill is actually leveling up as well. So I guess each one of these little bars is leveling the skill up. So I don't know, it says at 14 level plus 2, so I don't know. I guess I'll get 2 more. Right now it's at 13, so I guess as soon as I get up to the next level, that's going to go up to 15. So that's telling me how much I'm going to gain at the next level. So 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So at level 20, this skill should be at maximum. This is just a random one I picked. There's nothing else on the list for the Hades that I actually saw that I wanted. Most of these were just kind of boring abilities. I didn't really see anything too interesting at all. I mean, I can get 10% extra ability damage. 10% isn't really that much. I mean, that would be nice, but I don't know if that's worth spending 1,000 gold to get. You know what I mean? I know Hades can't get that one I was saying where you recharge your ability. Hades doesn't have that on the list. So I don't think these robots with the really strong abilities are going to get that. Now Mercury, unfortunately, Mercury might have that. On the test server, they didn't take that off at the end. I know at the end they took that ability off of most of the really hard-hitting robots, but Mercury was still able to do the double jump due to that. So hopefully they took that off of Mercury and any of those robots that have a really strong ability. But anyways, I mean, it's basically all the same stuff as you saw on the last list. I don't think there's actually anything that's really just specifically for Hades. Now my Lancelot, let's go check him out really quick. I put 1 skill on him, so I basically spent 3,000 gold to get 1 really nice skill for each of my robots, and I think that was actually worth it. So here we go. Lancelot's speed increased, but its active ability becomes unavailable. So I get 50% more speed out of my Lancelot, and it's amazing because he's such a slow robot. Now this one's ready to promote to go up to level 11, but I really don't see anything else on the list that I want for my Lancelot at the moment. So I think spending the 500 gold to promote this would be a total waste of 500 gold. Because I got the only skill on the entire list that I actually wanted for my Lancelot. Now I could do something. I guess I can make my energy shield 15% stronger, or I could get an additional 2.5% damage out of my Tyrans. But 2.5%, is that really worth 1,000 gold? I don't really think so. And I got a couple other ones here. Like I haven't trained this one yet because I don't know if I really like this robot. Let's see, my hover, I trained one skill. This was a random skill. It gave me, after capturing a beacon, hover deals increased weapon damage for 30 seconds. I get 7.5% extra weapon damage for 30 seconds. Now when it came to the skills on the list here, I don't think I saw anything that was really that interesting to me on the hover. Now every robot can have that healing effect like I put on my Hades. That might be nice, but I don't know if I want to dump all that gold just to make my other robots heal very slowly. So for the most part, there's certain robots where it's definitely worth spending the 1,000 gold to get a skill that you want. Let's go ahead and play one battle. Let's just go ahead and play we'll go ahead and do Beacon Rush. Now let's try and check out the skills that I got from this. We're going to look at the Lancelot first. He's got the increased movement speed. This robot needed this. So I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe these pilots are going to be pretty cool. They will suck down your gold. That's the only thing. But for like 1,000 gold plus the cost of the pilot, you can get a pretty nice skill for one really nice skill for each one of your robots. So I don't know. I don't plan to really promote mine past the second promotion because at the most I only see like two or three skills that are really worth getting on my robots. But look how nice this is. Lancelot no longer creeps across the map like a freaking turtle. Man, he moves at a decent rate of oh, that's a purple shield. Don't shoot that. He moves at a decent rate of speed now, and it's not horrible. Like there are certain modes I just wouldn't use my Lancelot because it would take him forever to walk all the way across the map. Now he moves around the same speed as a lot of the other robots. So it's no longer horrible to play this guy on like Domination where you have to walk all the way across the map. So I'm loving this upgrade. This was so worth 1,000 gold because Lancelot's always been one of my favorite robots. He's just not a turtle anymore, which makes him so much better. I mean, this robot actually needed this ability. If you guys have a Lancelot, you got a pilot, you got 1,000 gold to waste, man, throw it on there. Train this skill because this skill is a gigantic help. Oh, someone just suppressed me. Unfortunately, I'm being hit from over in this direction, and I die. So let's go ahead and check out what the Hades has. This guy heals himself constantly. So wait till he takes a little bit of damage, and then you're going to be able to see this skill go into action. So I'm actually going to come over here and try and get hit, just so you guys can see this thing work. And see exactly how slow it is. Alright, so I'm taking damage. Alright, I'm going to put on my shield and I'm going to come over here and hide. Now watch my health bar. It's slowly going to creep up. You can see I'm automatically healing myself. I don't have to activate a module or nothing. But watch that health bar up here. It's going really, really slow. So I mean that's only going to be helpful if you can keep yourself from being hit for a kind of decent amount of time. But on a robot like this where I can, you know, put my shield up and stuff, I can get out of battle, then I can pop back out with my shield up. I'm going to be able to gain a nice chunk of health back. Now on some robots that have low health, I'm not even sure if it would be worth putting this skill on them. Some of the higher health robots it might actually be. But I think it was worth it on this robot to add this skill. So now he's fully healed again. So I was able to heal myself. I mean, this is definitely going to keep this robot alive a lot longer. So after this, we're going to go check out the Tanky Falcon and see how hard he is to kill. Alright, let's bring this Falcon on. There's really no point to even have these weapons on his back, but, I mean, might as well. Now watch, this enemy team is going to have a really hard time taking me out. At least they should, unless I'm up against a bunch of people with Mark II stuff. So this Falcon is level 11. He's got the 66% built-in damage resistance. Goodness. And now he's got the 50% extra durability. So basically he's got 50% more hit points plus the 66% damage reduction. So I got a whole bunch of robots that are just shooting at me right now. And they got me down to about 70% health. I would probably be down to about 50% health 40% health right now, I would say. Now I would like to have that healing ability added to this guy as well, but I don't know if I really want to spend 1,000 gold just to get some healing abilities on this guy. Let's go play one more match and bring in this guy just to show off how tanky is. That ended kind of early. As you can see right here, I just gained 9 pilot experience. So my pilots just got a little bit of experience. I've got up to like 27 pilot experience for a really good battle. So I see there's a skirmish today. I have no idea what that is. I'm going to have to play that here pretty soon. So let's start off with our Tanky Falcon. The only thing I miss is being able to jump. I mean, the truth is, I like to play this guy with a brawler. Now, if I wanted to put like 3 Zeuses on him and play him as a long-range robot, I could always just remove this pilot and allow him to use his ability again. Now, I do notice shotgun weapons still hit this guy really hard, but if my calculations are correct, right now I've got like 140 some thousand hit points on this guy, plus the 66% damage reduction and the 50% extra durability. I believe that comes to like 300. That's like having a little over 300,000 hit points now. So basically that's like 116% more hit points basically. So whatever his hit points are, it's like having 116% more from the ability plus his built-in damage reduction. Now I'm locked down. I got a whole team shooting at me, and you can see my health went down a little bit, but not too significant. So I mean, this really makes the Falcon tanky, and he's definitely still not impossible to kill, and he only does have 1 weapon, so you know, he still lacks the firepower, but now he's got the health. And that guy has last stand or something there. Now if I want to use this advanced healing module, watch what happens. So between all these extra hit points plus the advanced healing module, you can keep your Falcon alive for a long time. The only thing is the advanced healing module is kind of expensive to use. And I'm about ready to die now. I got too many people shooting me. And of course this idiot just pushed me. You know, I'm trying to get away and he runs right into me and pushes me back towards the gunfire. I don't know why people tend to do that. I know he saw me moving this way. He just runs straight into me instead of trying to avoid me. I mean, I'm moving at a slow rate too. It's not like I was moving fast and he wouldn't have been able to avoid me. But I just really hate when people do that. I mean, I know I've done it a few times by mistake. Sometimes it just happens, but some people, man, they just don't care and they do it on purpose. Oh, I'm just gonna push this guy out of the way. Let's go ahead and use that healing module again. Now I'm back up to around like 40-some% health. Plus I'm taking damage, but so between the advanced healing module and all these hit points, man, you can really keep this thing alive. Plus, if I were to have that other, if I were to pay the 1,000 gold to get that next healing ability, I mean, that would even give me another huge advantage. So anyways, you guys got to see these things in action. They're finally about to kill me here. And I'm dead. Alright, I'll catch you guys later.